Testing. Hi, hopefully you can hear us. I'm just going to wait until somebody says that they can, and then we'll kick off.
It's a bit of a lag.
Hi, yes. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Welcome to Actual LOL. I'm John Perkis. This is
Serena, hi.
my wife. Tonight we're doing a fundraiser to raise money for Black Lives Matter. And the reason we're doing that is because we were both angry and heartbroken seeing all the things that have happened in the news, all the racist violence against black people at the hands of the police, and then the violence at the protesters. And we support the protesters that are fighting for racial equality and justice. And we've made a personal donation to Black Lives Matter, but we also want to encourage you to do that. We've put together this fundraiser, so tonight all the donations on the YouTube Super Chat, and there's also a link in the description to PayPal. All of that will go to Black Lives Matter to support that movement. And to try and persuade you to donate, I've contacted a number of publishers. We've got a big giveaway of up to 16, I think, games at this point. And what we're going to do is we're going to unlock more games as the donations go up. So we really would encourage you to support the movement, and Serena's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we chose to support Black Lives Matter to be the beneficiary of tonight's fundraiser because we support their mission to eradicate white supremacy and to build local power to intervene in the violence inflicted on black communities and by the state and vigilantes as well. Their aim, Black Lives Matter's aim, is to create a world free of anti-blackness, where every black person has the social, economic and political power to thrive. And it's a mission that we both believe in.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully you agree with us, and we really would appreciate the donations. Oh, there's already noises. I need to turn the sound on my computer off.
Was that a donation?
Yeah, that was
Amazing.
a donation from Paul. So thank you.
Thanks
for
Paul.
getting us off to a good start.
That's nice.
So the way the competition's going to work, if you've seen one of our streams before, we're playing the game Wavelength, but we've adapted it slightly. It's a party game where one person is given a scale. So I'm going to share with you our first scale. I'll explain it in a bit. So our first scale is going to be divisive foods to universally popular foods. And Serena is going to be playing as the... Sorry, I'm having a bit of a problem.
Technical issues there, I think. Have you explained about how many games are available?
Yeah, I've said 16 games, yeah.
But to begin with?
Oh yeah, so what we're the start, we're at 2 games. Serena's going to be updating that based on the donations that come in. So we're trying to give you a bit of an incentive there. So we're starting with 2 games, and we've got a list that I'm going to read out in a second, and I'm going to be talking about the games throughout the stream. But the idea is that if you were to win the competition, you would get to pick your 2 games from that list, and that number's going to keep going up as the donations come in. So we'll come back to that, but I was explaining how the Wavelength thing works. So we've got a scale from 1 to 10, and you imagine that number 1 would be the most divisive food, and number 10 would be a universally popular food. And Serena is going to be secretly assigned part of that wheel, so somewhere from 1 to 10, and then she will give you a clue, and you'll all have a minute to guess what it is. So Serena, you can start setting yourself up for that.
Sure.
And
I have to do this off camera this time because last time I think some people could work out what I was doing, so I've got to be really careful this time.
Okay, so the City of Games have donated £50. So thank you so much to them. They've actually also given us the Isle of Cats, which is a game that I'm going to be talking about a bit later, but it's one of our prize piles. So Serena, I think £50 you can take you can take that up to 3.
Okay.
We are up to 3 already. That was a quick one.
That's exciting.
And thank you also to Az, who's donated £5. So thank you so much. Where was I? Oh yeah, the prize list. So the games, if I can bring them up on screen for you, let's see if this works. We have got, to give away, the Isle of Cats. We have got Paranormal Detectives. We have got Don't Get Got.
That's the first 3, right?
Yeah, no, but they can pick from them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Burgle Brothers, Chocolate Factory, and that is the deluxe edition of Chocolate Factory. We also have some special clothing from Ludocherry. They're going to offer up 2 garments. So they make shirts and skirts that have really interesting board game designs on there, like textiles that have really cool patterns. I'll show you one of them here.
It's on the screen.
It's definitely going... Yeah, so you can see there that they've got one of like a D20 and another one with like meeples in it. I'll talk more about that later. We also have Adventure Mart, Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr, Mr. Lister's Quiz Shootout, Paperback, Vikings Gone Wild, Blockbuster, Ruthless, The Chameleon, Jetpack Joyride, Mega City Oceana, and 20-Second Showdown. So those are all the games that are potentially up for grabs, and we're going to keep raising up. And we have another more donations. Okay, so Andrew Little has donated £10. Thank you, Andrew. We got 2 Canadian dollars, I think, from Hell for Gamers, and Javier Perez from Mexico has donated 50 Mexican dollars. So thank you. Hopefully you will see them appearing on screen. There is a ticker at the top. I don't know how up to date that is. Let's get back to the game. The first category, I'm going to explain that. The way we usually do it is that we play the categories based on some loose topical news story. And this news story is very important, and it is that we are running out of Marmite. So Marmite being an incredibly popular spread that's very salty. It's like a yeast extract in this country. In the UK. And Australia have Vegemite. We're big fans of it. And there was a news story today that they're running out because they make it with the brewer's yeast from like pubs or breweries, and there's just beer's not being made as much, and so apparently, and then loads of people are buying it because everyone's at home eating Marmite. So that is why...
That's all we're doing all day long, is in this country. Everyone's just sat there eating toast and drinking tea.
Exactly. So of course, we have the category divisive foods to universally popular foods, because Marmite is famous for being very divisive, and it was a whole advertising campaign that you either love it or you hate it. So Serena has been given a number along the scale from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And in secret...
Just going to move that out the way. Is that
okay like that? Yeah, sure. And so if it was on the left-hand side, it would be somewhat divisive. And so it goes all the way from divisive to universally popular, and she's going to give you a clue in a bit. But before she does, we've got some other donations in from Shannon Berry for $2, Anna for £10. Thanks for doing this, Serena and John. And we've got greetings from the Channel Islands from £10 from Cooperative Cardboard. So thank you very much.
Amazing, thank you so much.
I haven't really been able to keep track of the chat all that much, so if I've missed any, please remind me. But thank you to everyone that's saying hello. Mostly seems to be hello. And yeah, I think we're up to date on that. Okay, all right. I think maybe time to get started, and then whilst you're...
I've thought
you've already thought
yeah, because I already did the thing, so I have a clue in my mind already if you want me to announce.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that, and then I'll talk about some games after that. So what we're going to do is Serena's going to announce her number, and that's for the category that you already know. And for you to answer, you need to put into the chat... you need to give... I'm just going to set up our little device here. Serena, could you explain how they answer?
Yeah, so if you are able to put in the number of the question, so obviously we're about to do number 1, and we'll let you know as we go through, and then... it's A, B, C, D, right? And then the number.
Yeah. And then a dash in between.
Yeah, so we're actually going to do, so the first set of questions would be round A, round B, round C. So if you put in your answer A dash and then the number
no
that
spaces,
you think it is, no spaces, the number that you guess it is between 1 and 10 based on the answer that I'm going to give you. So hopefully that makes sense. We've got 10 rounds, so it all goes all the way to H, A through to H. And hopefully by the end of that we'll have a clear winner who will win everything.
Yeah, so I'm just getting our technical stuff. We have a fancy bit of software made by my friend Neil, who is tracking your answers. So I was just making sure that that's ready. So Serena's going to announce. Then you have a minute, and then please put in your guesses. So
okay, my first clue. So considering divisive foods is 1, universally popular foods is 10. I have gone for sushi.
Sushi. Okay, that's your clue. You got a minute to guess. Okay, and hopefully everyone's guesses are coming in. Yeah, we got some guesses coming in. We've got 8, 3, 6, 7, 4. It's all over the place. It's a tricky one, this.
Yeah, well, I thought yeah, exactly for that reason.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit like Marmite, isn't it? You love it or you hate it.
I just realised that I didn't guess, but it's kind of not important this time. I feel like I don't need to guess. Or do I get... No, I guess afterwards, don't I? Oh, I'm so confused. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I guess
it's been a few weeks since we last did this.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've got some great new donations. Thank you to Sebastian Manley for $9.99. Zijan for £20, Tony Burrows for 99p. Thank you to all of you for donating.
Thank you so much.
I think we're ready to unlock another game. I think we can take this up to 4.
4?
I would say, yeah. We're going to talk a bit more about the games after this. There's people think it's divisive. I would say it's fairly divisive. Okay, I think that's been a minute. So if everyone can had their guesses in. Now, I'm going to have my little guess, but it really doesn't matter. I think that you think that sushi is a bit divisive, but I would go with a 3.
A 3, okay. John is guessing
let
a
me
3.
just check.
What do you think is the most common answer of everything that's been coming in?
Oh,
looks like there's such a wild variety here.
Yeah, we've got 24% on 6 and 24% on 7. Not many people going as low as me, so I sort of hope that I'm not right.
Okay, shall I
reveal? Please reveal the wheel.
Are we revealing the wheel? And the answer is 5.
5, right in the middle.
Smack bang in the middle.
Well, okay, so weirdly, only 8% picked that. We have Benjamin Kocher, Alex Evans, and Cowman Jones. So they are all off to a good start.
Congrats.
So make a note of that being the right answer, Serena.
So 5.
Yeah. We had a mix. There were 2 people that thought it was all the way down to 2. And then 2 people at 9, but nobody on the polar opposite. So nobody thought it was the far end, which makes sense.
My thinking was that it is a bit divisive, but it's not as divisive as some things. I think more people like it than don't like it, was my thinking. But, everybody... It seems like it was a bit of a controversial one, so maybe it was more divisive than I gave it credit for.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so, interesting start. Cowman Jones, one of the winning answers, is coming with a $10 donation, so thank you. Great start. Right, let's talk about some games. So we have got a whole bunch of prizes. What's the prize total at, Serena? How many games?
We're at 4. 4 games.
Okay, so let's talk about 4 games. These don't have to be the ones that you win. You get to pick. But we'll start with Paranormal Detectives. That is a party game where one player plays as a ghost and they are trying to communicate how they died to the other players. So it's a bit like Cluedo. There's a who, why, where, and what that killed them. But it's a little bit of a story that has been written on a card, and it's different every single time you play. And the other players are trying to find out the who, the what, the why, the who done it from this ghost, but they can only communicate to them in weird ways. So by drawing on...
It's a lot of fun.
The players' backs, and you doing things with bits of string and tarot cards. and you're trying to understand the information, and you ask the ghost questions.
I think it's a nice family game as well, isn't it?
It's a great replacement to Cluedo. By the way, let us know if we're a bit loud, because I thought we might have been. Oh, more donations. We've got another donation from Paul. I don't know if he's doing it based on like minutes or something. And then Matthew Montgomery with $40. Thank you, Matthew. And Keith Jones with $25. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Thanks for everybody who's being so generous. It's really, really kind.
And Joe Watts said Paranormal Detectives on my wish list. Right, there's a lot of games to talk about, so I need to talk about another one. Let's talk about Don't Get Got. This is a game where you have to do missions. You're trying to complete missions amongst your friends, but you play it over the course of a day or a week. And you all have a little set of missions, and it will just be little things that you've got to get your friends or family to do, such as get them to make you a cup of tea or get them to make a face at you. But you have to do it without them detecting that that's what you're trying to do. You have to try and get them, and they want to don't get got. It's really fun, and I played it on my stag do. You could play it on a night out or like over Christmas, or you could just play it on a games night and in the kind of background of other things. And because you're distracted by other stuff, you don't realise that people are trying to get you, and that's really the fun of it. So yeah, that's another great game. That's on the list. We've got more donations. One from Matt M, $10. Yeah, and thanks, Matt. We are holding up fine. Thanks very much. Let's set Serena up with the next category. So the next category, if you've probably seen in the news, that a whole bunch of statues are being torn down, specifically in Bristol, where we both used to live. The statue of Edward Colston, who was a slave trader a very long time ago. He
ended up at the bottom of the of the river, didn't he?
So torn down by protesters, quite rightly, I think, and now that has sparked a lot more of that happening. And in fact, they've removed a statue quite near us in the Docklands, outside the Museum of the Docklands. So things are happening, and that's very exciting. But all that
things are happening.
All that does is it sparks the imagination for a category. We need a category. So round B, let's get this one off the screen. Round B is all about things that are hard to pull down or easy to pull down.
I think you've got the universally popular
Yeah,
foods.
I'm working on it. It's a complicated system.
It is.
Yes.
It looks very complicated from where...
There it is. Hard to pull down, easy to pull down.
Okay.
We need to get the...
Where's our little thingy gone?
Yeah, we need to get it back on the screen.
What I'll do then while I'm waiting is I'll just give the wheel a little bit of a spin.
There it is. We've got the dial back on the screen. Thankfully, there haven't been any crucial comments or donations since I took forever to do that.
Right.
Right, while Serena's thinking, I can talk about more games.
Have a little think.
So, what else have we got? We have got a donation of the Isle of Cats from City of Games, which is topical because they're based in Bristol. And the Isle of Cats is a Tetris type game where you are trying to fit cats onto a pirate ship. So you've got a personal board that represents like a pirate ship and all the different rooms. And then you've got cats that are like Tetris pieces, and you're trying to slot them in. And there's also points for like adjacency, getting the right coloured cats together. And there's a family mode of that, which is a kind of simple Tetris game. And then there's a more advanced version that has card drafting, and you're selecting the goals that you want to go for, and it's a lot more thinky. So that is the Isle of Cats.
We've had another donation come in from Richard for 100, and I think, is that Norwegian krona? Yeah. I'm going to guess that's what
Always getting tested on our currencies.
Yeah, a little bit of a guess on the currency there.
If anything, we learn about
Richard,
currencies.
can you tell us if we got that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if we didn't.
We also have £15.86 from RTM. That one passed us by. £10 from Such the Fool 88. £5 from Will Butler. And hopefully we haven't... Oh, we have missed other ones. The Game Shelf donated £5. I feel like I didn't say that. And Archie Llewellyn with £5. So yeah.
Thank you. Thanks everybody. Let's keep it going. Is it time to put up the prices?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yet?
I think it's probably about time to put it up by 2. So
by
let's go up to 6.
Okay. 6 games.
Paul's doing it for the emojis. Okay, so every time he donates a small amount, he gets to do a new emoji. It's all about you, Paul. So let's get on to another game while Serena's still thinking.
6 games.
We've got Burgle Brothers.
Oh, sorry.
Have you got your answer?
I've got my answer.
Okay. We've got Burgle Brothers, which is one of my favourite games. It's a cooperative game. I talked about it in my tabletop simulator video. And you're trying to do a heist. You're trying to do a robbery. You work together and you're trying to rob some safes and get out before the guards catch you. And it's a really good game from Tim Fowers.
Beautiful artwork as well on that game.
We've
really
actually got the artwork on the wall over there, but you can't see it.
Yeah, we have a framed picture of it. We like it that much.
And actually with the Tim Fowers games is that he suggested that the winner could pick the 2 of his games, whichever ones that you kind of wanted. So if you happen to have Burgle Brothers, don't worry, you could get one of his other games instead. So you already have your answer. Okay, so we've got the category hard to pull down, easy to pull down.
Okay,
please,
and my answer. Oh, do you want to? So I'm just going to say, and then you're going to.
I could give some information about. Well, I don't really know.
No, there's not really much to give about hard to pull down. Okay, my answer is your pants.
Okay, your pants. Whose pants though?
Like anyone's pants.
Okay. So to make this guess, you need to do the letter B, then a hyphen, and then the number that you want on that wheel. From 1 hard to pull down to 10 very easy to pull down. Make your guesses now. You've got a minute.
I'm writing down this time because when we've done this in the past, I've done a terrible job of keeping a record of what the clues are that I give. So this time I'm actually writing them down so we can remember.
Okay.
And I just noticed that Richard confirmed that we did get it correct. It was Norwegian krona, so I'm very pleased about that.
Oh, Tim Fowers games are hard to get hold of in Norway. Well, hopefully we can help you out in that front.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Good luck.
So we got the guesses coming in. We've got 10s, 9s, 8s. A bit of a rogue 4, I would say, there from Choclad. Oh, and another 4. Maybe I don't know anything.
Quite hard to pull down pants. People are saying, on the whole, it's sort of a pretty easy.
Oh,
pretty easy.
Yeah, British English pants. That's kind of crucial.
British English pants.
Not pants as in trousers.
Oh, yeah, like underwear. Sorry, I didn't think about that. I mean, it's the same kind of.
It's the
same
gist.
principle, same idea.
Okay, $10 from Kieran Williams. Thank you so much, Kieran. Okay, we've had a few guesses. They're still coming in. Thomas Wilcox always late with the guessing. You know what his internet
He's having a good think about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna check. Let's call it there. Let's stop there. I'm just gonna check what we've got and copy it across so I don't lose it. It's all very technical.
It's very technical.
And okay, so we've got. Oh, interestingly, I just want to.
Have we got a technical problem?
Possibly. Serena, you just read some comments or something.
Will Butler said it's the same level of difficulty whether British or American pants. I agree. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. One can have a belt. Oh yeah, I guess so. You can't really have belts on underpants, maybe? I don't think that's a thing. So yeah, that's a good question. There's some really good guesses there. I would hazard to say that an 8 is probably the most common answer. Okay. Maybe a 9.
Yeah, we've got 9 is 33%. Yeah, so 14 people have gone for 9. All right, I would guess, yeah, I'm personally going to go with 9 myself.
As very easy.
Yeah, let's reveal that.
Okay, so my answer is a 7.
Oh, Serena.
So I can explain my thinking about this.
Okay, please.
So the thing I was thinking about that was more easy than pulling down your own pants was like pulling down a house of cards or just something that just like would knock over super easy with a tiny gust of wind. That was my kind of, whereas pants, you got to pull a bit harder.
Okay, I like your thinking. Well, thankfully we've got some winners. 21% of people went for 7. Benjamin Kocher again, so he's taking an early lead. Vagrant AI, Quiet Camel, these are just,
Great
these aren't
names.
real people. Surind, Alan Buckner, Anna Sophie, the Joe Vivich, Thomas Wilcox, and Nikki Thomas Davies. Interesting there. Although it had been pointed out in a private chat thing that Thomas Wilcox may have cheated by guessing twice. So but I should say now that for the purposes of not being accused of rigging it, if you are my friend and you're in the chat, I'm afraid to say you cannot win the games because that's just not happening. So it's one of the rare moments in life where it's a negative to be friends with me. Okay, so where are we at? Have we had any more donations? Yes, we have. Silent Wolf 9 has donated $3.97. Thank you so much. And we'll set Serena up with the next category before we talk about some games. So this one's based on taking us back to the coronavirus because that is still happening. We have in the UK they have announced the opportunity to form a coronavirus bubble. So if you live on your own, you're allowed to form a bubble with another household. So it's trying to help people who have
basically been on their own for the last 12 weeks, which is a long time to be on your own. So yeah, if you're in that situation now, you can go and be in a bubble with another household, which is nice. The
bubble creates all these social awkwardness because people don't know whether to ask other people to be in their bubble, or they might ask and they've already been asked by someone else, and it just takes you back to being in high school. And so inspired by that, we have got a category which is lonely job to social job.
Oh, we've broken the game. Sorry. You better say that again. Might not.
That's right. Lonely job to social job is the category from this. So you imagine that some people just never see anyone in their work, and some people are constantly surrounded by people. That's what we're going with. But let's talk about some games. So where were we up to? We're up to 6 games. Please keep the donations coming in because we have the potential to reach 16 games. We're currently at 6.
We've got 10 more to go.
And we'll unlock another one when we feel like there's been a worthy amount of donations.
Yeah.
So let's get
I'm afraid it's quite hard for us to keep a track of the total amount of donations that are coming in because there are a couple of different ways, right, that the donation can be cut. So you can either
donate via PayPal in the description or via the YouTube Super Chat. And the PayPal one will actually go instantly because we're then able immediately to give that to Black Lives Matter after the stream. Whereas the YouTube, they hold the money for, I think, a month. So it's a bit of a shame, but of course some people are already set up to give that way. So I totally understand whichever way you want to give, the money will eventually reach Black Lives Matter, but it just
means that we can't give you a running tally
because there's 2 ways to give. But we're keeping track of it, and obviously we're reading things out. And we've just had £10 come in from Matt, the offline gamer. So thank you, Matt. Right, so prizes, let's carry on. We were on Burgle Brothers, it's still on the screen. And the next one to talk about is Chocolate Factory. This is actually the deluxe version of Chocolate Factory given to us by Alley Cat Games.
Nice.
This is a Euro game designed by Matthew Dunstan and Brett Gilbert, who designed Elysium and loads of other popular games. And it's a game about running a chocolate factory. So that is up for grabs. And then we'll come back to this clothing that I was telling you about. We're currently hidden. Hello.
Hello.
This is from Ludocherry. They ran a Kickstarter not so long ago for kind of high-end board gamer clothing that's a bit sort of incognito. Only other board gamers might spot that you have the patterns, which are, they've got patterns with like D20s on, I'm going to put it on the screen now, and meeples, and they come in skirts and shirts. And the way it's going to work is if you win this prize, you get to pick 2 garments of your choice. So you could pick 2 skirts, 2 shirts, or one of each, and there are other patterns that they have. and they've all. One of them, I think, was designed by Rachel Kramer, who did the Timmy avatar for Actual LOL, and a bunch of other great artists. So that is Ludocherry, and yeah, you have the opportunity to win that clothing. Have you picked your thing already?
Yeah, this is a bit of a hard one, but I have got something in mind.
Okay.
Can we have us back on the screen?
Yes, let's get us back on the screen. You've got something in mind. We've got it up on the screen.
Yeah, okay. So my clue...
You can think a bit more.
No, it's more... I think it's okay.
Do you want to whisper it to me?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Is that too...
But are you talking...
I've got another one. I've got another one. Okay, a bit more specific.
Okay.
I think this will do the job. Okay. A bank teller.
Okay, and we're talking about pre-coronavirus times.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so that's it. You've got your clue, bank teller. So you need to pick from 1, the loneliest job, to 10, the socialiest job. Now you've got a minute, and it needs to be round C hyphen and then the number that you want. No spaces. Round C hyphen and then the number. Right, let's see if we got any comments.
Write that down.
What if we know you but don't consider you a friend? Then can we have the games? No, Archie. I consider you a friend even if you don't consider me.
Oh, there's lots of clues coming in. We've got some 8s. 8 seems to be quite popular. 6.
I'll give
9.
up my chance at the games to be your friend instead. Ah, thanks, Shannon.
That's nice.
Oh, that's so sad. The bubble doesn't help me. I haven't seen my partner for over 2 months. We were apart for our anniversary last month. That sucks.
That's
I'm so
very
sorry
sad.
to hear that.
Sorry to hear that. Somebody asked if they could have the clue again. The clue was bank teller.
Bank teller. That's a American phrase.
Yeah, it is. I mean, bank clerk, I suppose, would be what we would call it in the UK.
We're on the 3rd question. Some people are joining late. You still have the chance to win this because not many people get the answer right. We're going to have 8 rounds, so you can still start now and make a guess in round 3.
To be honest, there's a good chance that even if you started now, you might still have a good chance of winning because the last time I think the person got like 6 answers right.
And that was a good one though. The one before that, I think it was only maybe 4 or 5 out of 10. So
I think at the start I might have said we had 10 rounds. That's not actually true. We've only got 8 rounds. So sorry if I misled you there.
We've got a £5 donation from Surind. I think it's time to take the thing up. Let's take it up to 7.
7 games. Excellent.
Keep the donations coming in. If you want the prize pile to be even bigger, then please keep supporting the cause, Black Lives Matter, and it will keep going up. Oh, okay. It has gone up again. Wolfpacker Matt.
7 games.
Wolfpacker Matt has donated £7.93. I'm guessing these are like money
Oh, it's like a conversion.
I guess, or people just like having weird numbers.
Very specific numbers.
Make it hard for me to read
I imagine it's probably a conversion thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check in on the guesses. Okay, the guesses are coming in. We've got 6% for 3. I think let's stop it there. No more guessing from there. We've got 24% at 6, 20% on 7, 8% on 33% on 8. So it's kind of it's somewhere in the middle there on the more social side of things.
Yeah.
So technical stuff happening. Any comments coming in?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, am I ready to reveal? Do you want me to reveal?
Yeah, I'll have a quick guess.
Okay.
Bank teller.
What are you thinking?
I think that's kind of social. I'll go with 7.
7. Okay. Right. Well, the answer. I'm not sure if you can see this on the screen. So is that okay?
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. The answer is 6.
6. I'm going to actually put it up on the screen for once.
Yeah, and I can describe my reasoning. So
Okay.
I felt like there were more sociable jobs, but it is, as you said, it's quite a sociable job because you're meeting people all day long, but you're only talking about their finances and they're just requesting that you give them money or they cash a check or whatever. And I could think of loads of jobs that were really sociable. So I was thinking things like if you were a concierge or a tour guide, for example. I thought those jobs were much more sociable. Or being a maitre d' in a restaurant where you've got to go and seat people and have a chat with them and make sure that they're happy and comfortable, things like that. So I was thinking that would be at the more extreme end of the scale.
Right, got it.
So it felt like it was somewhere in the middle. I think the ones in the middle are the hardest ones to judge. When it lands somewhere around a 5.
Yeah, it's a tricky one,
That's
for sure.
when it's really hard.
We've got a big donation from Paul on behalf of Play for Keeps. That's his publisher. They've got a game coming up on Kickstarter soon called Overstocked. And he's donated £69. Thank you, Paul.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. That's really
that definitely takes it up again to 8. So we're on 8 games.
8 games. Excellent.
Just checking. £10 from Nikki Thomas Davis. Thank you. I don't know if I said that one already.
Thank you.
So we've had the guesses in, and you said 6. And the winning guesses, then, I'm just going to update it in case. The winning guesses are from Tony Burrows. This was actually the second most popular answer, so it's a popular one. Tony Burrows, Richard Jimenez, Cooperative Cardboard, Benjamin Kocher with a third correct answer.
Woohoo, you're on fire.
I actually went back to check that he wasn't doing it like on a late one, but no, fair enough. He's just clever.
He's a smart guy. We're in tune. Me and Ben.
Turtle and Bear, Joe Watts, Anna Sophie, Just a Nerd, Surind, Quiet Camel again, and Surind, they both came in again, Nikki Thomas Davies, and Alan Buckner. I feel like there's quite a few repeats there.
Well done.
Yeah, so Surind, Alan Buckner, Anna Sophie, and Quiet Camel, all on the same wavelength for the last 2 guesses. So, okay, great.
That's cool. Should we go on to the next one? Round D?
Yes, round D. So let's set Serena up with the category. This is based off a completely pointless news story because there is no news. The concept that in the sport of rugby, scrums might be scrapped. So they haven't even decided yet whether scrums will be scrapped. But they're talking about scrapping scrums because it's obviously very close and spread of disease is going to be pretty likely.
Faces against faces.
In a scrum. So in the spirit of rugby, the category is painful sports to painless sports. Let's get it up on the screen.
Okay, I'm going to spin my wheel. Oh, I'm going to put that across. Okay.
Oh, Benjamin Kochi used to play in second row and loves scrums. Good stuff.
This is a hard one.
Have we got any other rugby players? I can't imagine the Venn diagram between rugby players and board gamers is strong. But maybe I shouldn't be assuming. He just likes to push people around. The C answer was 6. Somebody was just asking.
Oh yeah, that was 6.
Yeah.
So
we're on to D now, and it's painful sports to painless sports.
Yeah, and I've got my answer.
Wow, you're getting quick with these. I need to talk about some games, Serena. Okay, let's talk about some games. So the prize pile is at what number?
7, I think, or 8. 8. 8 games.
Okay, so the next game to talk about is Adventure Mart. This is from Hub Games, and this is a game about running a fantasy shop. And so it's like a shop simulation thing. And I don't know if it's out right now, or it's either very new or it's about to come out very soon. And it's got some really adorable artwork, as you can see from the cover on the screen.
It looks very cute.
So that is Adventure Mart. And then also from Hub Games, we have Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr, which is a fascinating theme of this guy is in hospital and you are looking after him. You're like the nurse is looking after a guy that's dying, and you're trying to learn about his life and all the things that have happened to him. And it's got like a storytelling aspect where you get to learn about his life, and it's a cooperative game at the same time. You're sort of trying to keep him alive but also learn from him. So that is Holding On, The Troubled Life of Billy Kerr. That'll do for now, and we'll get back to the round. You've got your clue?
Yeah. Are you ready for me to announce, or do you want to tell any more other games, or?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, you can announce.
Okay, so my clue for painless sport to painful sport is tennis.
Other way.
Oh yeah, sorry. So painful sport would be number 1. Painless sport would be number 10.
Okay, and you've gone for tennis.
Tennis.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my clue.
Make your guesses now. So it's round D hyphen, and then the number 1 to 10 as your guess.
Yeah, somebody asked if it was watching the sport or playing the sport. I was definitely thinking about playing the sport.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we've had a few guesses coming in.
Yeah. Oh, thanks to Sean Hickox for a donation. Keep the donations coming in if you want to see the prize pile get bigger.
Yeah, it can go up to 17 games, right? That's how many we've got.
Yes.
In total to give away.
So yeah, if you think, if you want the prize pile to get bigger, then please donate. Richard has donated £10. Thank you, Richard.
There's some really great donations coming in.
And we've got some guessing from. It's going from about 5 to 8. So yeah, okay. I mean, it's. Nobody's going to consider tennis to be the most painful, or it's not painless either, because tennis elbow is a thing.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Oh dear. Oh, we're giving away information.
Yeah, that might be a little clue. I had not thought of tennis elbow. Okay, you ready for me?
I just realised this is cutting our heads off. Could you just tilt it up a bit? Sorry.
It's not on here. How's that?
Oh, go back. That is just all my fault. I apologise profusely.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I hadn't scrolled up on the screen.
Technical term.
So has everyone had their guesses come in? Let me just check if I've got them on our system. It's round D, right?
Round D, yes.
Okay, so we have got, percentage-wise, it's a bit all over the place. The most popular is 8. And that's where a lot of the people that seem to be getting the right answer are placed. So okay, I'll go with
what are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna go with 9 based on that tennis elbow thing.
Okay, and the answer is indeed 9.
Hey, I got it right. Oh, so that's put the cat amongst the pigeons. Some popular guesses there not getting it right.
It was just on the cusp of 8.
Wow, I think we might only have one right answer there. I mean, let me know if you guessed 9 and I can go back and check, but it seems as if Cowman Jones is the only person to have guessed that one.
I felt like tennis was a relatively painless sport, but maybe I've been playing it wrong. Maybe it's more competitive than I had realised. And
this is coming from someone that doesn't play,
Yeah, I haven't played tennis for a long time, so yeah. I'm not sure I'm perhaps the best person to know for sure.
Well, I think, you've inadvertently made the game a lot more interesting now and competitive because those early leaders...
That's true. It's everything to play for. 8 games to play for.
Right. So, where are we at? I just wanted to check it was still coming in okay. Okay, let's... talk about a couple more games.
The next one, or do
next category. Okay, next category. This one is based on the story. It was a while ago now, kind of. The chief government advisor, Dominic Cummings, broke the lockdown and drove to Durham, and then drove to Barnard Castle, and then he had to apologise, except he didn't really apologise. Anyway, it's a big British news story. Most of the country aren't very fond of the guy, and in the spirit of that, he made some ridiculous excuse about testing his eyesight. It was the reason that he had to go and drive to a place called Barnard Castle, which is like a local attraction near Durham. And so our category is not worth visiting
You need to change.
to worth visiting. So let's get sport off. Yeah, not worth visiting to worth visiting. We're talking, I guess, about places.
So yeah, thinking about, I guess I'll try and think about some tourist attractions that might be, it's quite hard because I know that lots of you are watching from all over the world. So I'll try and think of something that might be well known to everybody, but apologies if it's not. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of thinking about this one, if that's okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you have a think. I'm just checking in with the chat. And
Okay, I think I've got one actually. I have got one. So my clue for this one, so places that are not worth visiting to worth visiting. And my answer is Madame Two Swords, which I hope that would have in other countries as well. It's like
Yes.
the waxworks, you know, with the celebrities, and you go and you get to have your picture taken next to a wax version of a celebrity. So that's my clue. Hopefully that's a good one.
yeah, that's a good one. Apparently, it seems Cowman Jones has admitted very honourably that someone else might have got it right in their last round, but they typed it in wrong. So we'll check on that. Okay, so you've got your clue. It's time to start guessing. It's round E, and so E hyphen and then the number that you want to pick, from 1 not worth visiting to 10 worth visiting. This is kind of a bit of an opinion thing.
Yeah, in my opinion, that's very true.
Yeah, but that's fine. We need some opinion ones. That's Wavelength. The clue was Madame Two Swords, the waxwork museum. Do you call it a museum?
Yeah.
The waxwork.
Should
place.
I mean, I've only been to the one in London. Shall I give a few?
No. I think
Nothing.
we're good.
Give nothing away.
I
nothing
think
away.
People have got their ideas.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Paul,
But I think maybe my personal experience. No.
no, that's Wavelength. You're not.
Okay. You just got to feel my waves.
Yeah. The rules state that you can't qualify it. You just have to be like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
we'll
sorry, I'm giving nothing away.
Paul says if you've been to Madame Two Swords, you know it's not worth going. So that's Paul's take on it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some games. We're at 8 games. I don't know how many I've talked about so far, but we're going to talk about all the options. So Mr. Lister's Quiz Shootout is a trivia game that we both really enjoy, where it gives you a list of something and then you have to guess the things on that list. So it'd be like, what are the most popular crisp flavours or potato chip flavours in the UK? Or what are the first 10 James Bond films? And so there's trivia to it, but it's still got that guessing element. And I really like that a lot of the questions in it are just things that you would know, but you're trying to work out the most popular of something or the most common of something.
I think it makes it more, it's something that everybody can do. You don't
Yeah.
have to be an expert on the subject to be able to join in. You can have a good guess at it as well.
Yeah, so that's Mr. Lister's Quiz Shootout. And then the next game to talk about is Paperback. This is from Tim Fowers. This is a deck building word game. So you're having to create words like you would in Scrabble, but you're doing it with a deck of cards that you've built up in a deck building way. So for example, you'll make a word with these letter cards that will give you spending points to be able to buy even better letters that then go into your deck, and you're trying to get better and better and get points. And it's a really fun take on word games. It's in my top 10 couples games, so I really like that one. That is Paperback. All right, so we've had all our guesses in. Let's see if they've come in on our system. And tell us the clue again.
So my clue was Madame Two Swords.
Okay, the clue was Madame Two Swords.
What do you think about that? Are you going to have a guess?
Oh yeah, my guess, I would say it's on the not worth visiting, but it's not so bad. I'd go a 4.
4, okay. So I'm going to do the big reveal, and the answer is a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that on the screen.
Okay, we've got some people here that have guessed that. I'm just gonna sort them out so I don't lose them. It's a different batch. It's not your usual crowd of guessers. We've got Just a Nerd, Matt M, Mark Dries, Becky Surname, Turtle and Bear, and Alex Evans. So I think that's a second one right for Turtle and Bear. And
congrats.
And Just a Nerd. So yeah, okay, that's another interesting one.
Somebody had a 3, but they changed their mind. Sorry about that.
We've had a £5 donation from Nukeron, which is very hard to say.
Nukeron, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Really great.
Yeah, if you want the prize pile to go up, we're currently at 8. We can double that. Please keep the donations coming in, and yeah, let's.
So I mean, I don't know how do you guys feel about Madame Tussauds? Anybody that's been, I don't know if you have the same feelings as me. I've only been twice, I think. Didn't really think very much of it, as you can tell. In fact, the first time I went when I was a kid, it was a really hot summer's day, and the queue outside to get in was so long that my mum fainted in the queue, and they had to come and get her, and so we got in ahead of everyone else. But obviously, like, she had to kind of be revived first before we could go and have a look around. So yeah, not great feelings about Madame Tussauds.
I think I went a very long time ago as a kid. We've never been together, right?
No, don't think so.
It's just so expensive and the queues are insane. Yeah, we're grumpy about that, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody said underwhelming and creepy.
Yes,
and
creepy.
A lot of people saying not worth it. Never been and have no desire. Yeah, I think
kind of we're definitely on the same
trips,
way.
Isn't
yeah.
it? You get kind of forced to go on them. Right, let's set Serena up for the next category. We're on to round F. This is based on another sort of coronavirus-inspired thing, which is that in London they're going to open up drive-through cinemas that never existed before.
It's quite exciting.
Just to get, well, it would be exciting if we had a car. And
point.
you're only allowed, you can't just like go and stand there.
Should we buy a car just so we can go to the cinema?
So drive-through cinemas to try and keep people apart and I guess keep the cinema industry going. And so with that in mind, the category is terrible film to great film. So this is another quite opinion-based one.
Yeah.
But if you've played this game before, you'll have a bit of an idea of Serena's taste in films, I think.
Well, also just to say that this is my weakest link category. I'm terrible at remembering films. I don't watch that many films. So I'm a little bit nervous about having to think of a film.
You've got some time. We'll be fine. We've just had a donation from Choclad. My goal is to get one answer right.
Oh, Choclad. Good luck.
So sad. But that came in $5, and it's written with an R. What's an R dollar?
Oh, is it a rand? Where's a rand from? South Africa?
I don't know. Perhaps you could explain what the R is in your.
I really want to know what that is now. I almost want to Google it.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, please tell me.
Okay, so let's talk about some games that are on the prize pile. We have got Vikings Gone Wild. This is a deck building game from Lucky Duck Games. So it's another deck building card game where you're building up your Viking clan and you're doing it by collecting the resources of beer and gold. and so you're like fighting off monsters, and you're trying to. You also can like attack the other players like Viking settlements, but it doesn't hurt them. But you sort of get points off of it. So yeah, that is. It's got very cute kind of artwork. It's based off of an app. That is Vikings Gone Wild.
Having a look.
And then we also have another party game from Big Potato. This is Blockbuster, which comes in a cool like VHS cassette case, and it's a party game about movies, and you are trying to get your friends to guess movies by like saying a word or quoting from that movie, or kind of like the hat game or monikers, but all about movies. And that was in my top Christmas gifts video.
Oh, it's Brazilian.
It is the
Brazilian reel.
Oh wow! Okay, nice.
Amazing. Thank you so
cool.
much. That's wonderful.
That's wicked. Right. Have you got your clue?
Yes. Yes, I have. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No qualifiers, so I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, the name of the film. Yeah.
The name of the film I'm going for is Sharknado.
Okay, and the round is F, and then it's hyphen, and then the number from 1 terrible film to 10 great film. And let's see what people are guessing. We've got ones and twos. Okay, I think this. A lot of people are going to agree on this.
Yeah.
So
it's
maybe
it's
might
not
be quite
controversial.
a few right answers. Maybe
That's
we'll
good.
see. Well, I don't know what the right answer
I'm
is.
relieved by that. That's really good news.
Silent Wolf says Ripley's Believe It or Not is awesome. I've never been there.
I've never been there. No.
I don't really know what it is even.
Something to try.
I know it has It has like a speaking robot, doesn't it?
Oh really? Is it? Yeah, it's just weird. The weird and wonderful, I think. Do you want to add another game to the game pile? So we are currently at
yes, I think
8 games. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's take up to 9. We've had a few donations since the last one.
Yes, we have.
The clue was Sharknado. It's only reaching about 4 or 5. Paul just throwing it with a 10. Fair enough, Paul. You can't win anyway. Right, let's.
Right, so we've gone up to 9 games now on the prize fund. So that means that the person who gets the best number out of 8 will end up with at least 9 games. Is that right?
Yes, exactly.
If the pot of money goes up that we are raising, then
you get even more.
Keep raising it up.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of which, we've just had a donation from Harry Jackson. And he says, I deserve more subscribers. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Harry.
Tell your friends. Alright, I think we've had plenty of guesses. Let's call the guesses there. My guess would be, I would go 1 for this.
Sure.
I think it's famed for being terrible. So, please,
Okay.
reveal.
So the answer is, in fact...
Oh, in fact.
A 2.
A 2, not a 1.
Very close to being a 1.
Okay, right. So that was 42% went for 1, but still 33% went for 2. And we've got Durkus126, Such the Fool 88, Nikeron, Samuel Smith, Joe Watts, Cooperative Cardboard, Kabuki Kid, Quiet Camel again, Choclad. Yeah, you did it. See, as soon as you donated, you got one right. That's karma for you. Turtle and Bear again, Cowman Jones again, and Harry Jackson. So it's moving around a bit.
That's very well done.
Yeah.
Somebody asked if they had a disadvantage for joining later in the game. I think as long as you answer all of the questions now, you might still stand.
You might stand a chance. But we can't. Yeah, there's no way of us sort of reversing and doing the other ones. So, let's set Serena up. So we've got 2 categories left. So please keep the donations coming in. We are raising money for Black Lives Matter to support the protests that are going on around the world against police brutality, to try and change the kind of the system that we're living in, and to try and help against racism against black people. So please consider donating. And if you do donate, then that's going to put the prize pile up of the potential board games that you can win. And so we're going into the second to last round, and that is inspired by the SpaceX launch. And that was a while ago now, but do you remember the names of the astronauts, Serena?
One of them was called Bob, wasn't it?
Yes. And the other one was called Doug, yeah.
Doug and Bob,
So
yes.
Inspired by Bob and Doug, the astronauts, which I think everyone found a bit funny.
Adorable. They makes them sound really adorable. It reminds me of Jerry and from Making a Murderer. Jerry and
Dean.
Jerry and Dean. You just sort of like imagine them as a little double act.
Yeah. So we're going with old-fashioned name to modern name, and that's just coming from the point of like we don't know anyone called Doug or Bob, do we?
Not under the age of 40, I would guess.
Or higher, yeah. So my prediction is that you just don't get too many Dougs and Bobs given to kids these days, and so it's just coming from that. So old-fashioned name to modern name. Let's talk about some more games that you could win. We are on to Ruthless. This is a It's so noisy.
Sorry.
I don't know how to make it quieter there. Ruthless is a deck-building card game from Alley Cat Games about being a pirate. So your deck of cards represent your pirates, and you will go into battle with the other players. And it's got some really nice artwork. The artwork's actually done by the designer, Roland. So yeah, that is Ruthless. Oh, we got a donation from Andrew Jack, 25 New Zealand dollars. Love your work and a great cause. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Let's see. I think there's a lot of chatter going on about Bob and Doug. I'm sure everyone...
Is everyone loving
How many
Bob
people in the comments know a Bob and a Doug that are under the age of 60? That's my
60?
question
No,
to you.
60 is too old. Like, I would go 40. I think
Okay.
like a...
Well, it's my question. Okay. Have you got
I've
your
got
clue?
I've got a clue.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's a good one. I'm quite pleased with myself. I thought.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about one more game. So the next one to talk about is the Chameleon. This is a party game from Big Potato. It's a hidden traitory type game where you're trying to work out a word. One person doesn't know the word. So it's a bit like Spyfall or Fake Artist Goes to New York if you played that. It's from the designer of Coup, which is a very popular bluffing game. Ricky Tata is the designer. And it's just a really fun, very short game with a beautiful box. That is the Chameleon.
Nice.
Right, let's get your clue.
Okay, so my clue is for the name, old-fashioned name to modern name, North.
Okay. All right, some inspiration there. Okay, time to guess. We're in round G, so G hyphen and then the number from 1 to 10. 1 being old-fashioned, 10 to being the most modern. Hit us with some guesses. The spelling,
Also
North,
just had
North, like the direction.
Like the direction, yeah. We've also just had a donation from New Zealand. I can't see who... Oh, you already did? Oh.
Not that you can't say it again.
I couldn't... Yeah, I was going to say I can't see who gave it. I can only see the amount.
It was Andrew, I believe.
Oh, thank you.
So we've got guesses coming in. What have we got, Serena?
We've got some 9s, some 10s, some 3s. Sean Hickok said, "Is that a name?" Yes, it's the name of one of Kim Kardashian's children.
Oh, a bit of a clue there, potentially. Kim Kardashian, who lived in the Victorian age. So we're on to G. We got the guesses. They're still coming in. 8s and 9s and 10s. Some rogue ones saying it's old-fashioned. Oh, I guess. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry. To the people that weren't clear. We meant it as a first name.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So if you were under that impression and you thought it was we were talking about a surname, don't go with that. And feel free to have another guess. I don't want to throw people off there because that's maybe quite a misleading thing. Paul says, in fairness, the kid's name is Northwest, which is awesome. Okay, so we've had the guesses in now. I think everyone stopped. I'll have my guess. I'll go with 9.
Great guess.
I'm just going to see where we've got the most guesses.
Okay.
We've got 9 is the most popular, but 8 and 10 also very popular.
Okay.
Please reveal.
Great. Well, if you guessed 9, you were right.
Yeah.
It was a 9. So well done, everybody.
Okay, so 9. Who have we got from 9? We have got Dennis Ryan, Vagrant AI, Richard Jimenez, Just a Nerd, Harry Jackson, Anna Sophie, Alex Evans, Kabuki Kid, Joe Watts, Alan Buckner, and Silent Wolf 9.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Llewellyn just said that I don't even know how to pronounce it, but the name that
that Elon Musk.
Musk just gave his right. Yeah, absolutely. I was also thinking of Stormy, who was because I've obviously watched way too much of the Kardashians. She was smaller than North, so.
Sure. Okay, but I think Stormy is more of a common name, like a.
It's a more common name.
I would say,
okay. Yeah. I see what you mean.
Okay, so Nikki saying always one off. Yeah, that is Wavelength for you.
Sorry.
Right, we'll set Serena up with our final category. So if you want the prize pile to go up, I think there's still quite a few people in with a chance here, but I would need to check. But I think we'll keep the suspense and not give it away too much.
Yeah, and I think you're in with a good chance of winning. You know, that people will definitely have. Nobody's guessed 8 out of 8.
Yeah, exactly.
So far,
but we've only got 1 left, so it does depend on whether you've got any.
Yeah, I still think there's a lot. You know, it's a good chance. Everything to play for.
So if we get some more donations come in, we will put the prize pile up. We're currently at 9 games, and all the ones that I've mentioned, I'll do a quick rundown. But let's just talk about a couple more. But first, let's set Serena up with our final category. So this one is based on the positive news story that the UK is going to have run off without coal power for 2 months for the first time ever, I guess, or since electricity was invented. So that's a good news for the environment. So we've just got a simple category of things that are bad for the environment on a scale all the way to things that are good for the environment.
Yeah.
And this is the final round, round H. And I'm going to tell you about the final few games that are available to win. Jetpack Joyride. This is a competitive game that I actually put on one of my best games of the month not so long ago, where you are using Tetris pieces to sort of run through a computer game level. So imagine like a platform video gamer, and this is actually based on a little mobile game. And you use the Tetris pieces to kind of jump around this environment, and you're racing against the other players. It's a very tricky, like Tetris puzzly game. Then you've got Mega City Oceana. This is a dexterity game. It's a really cool idea where you are building like these really cool looking 3D structures with plastic pieces. And you're building like a big floating city with the other players. So you build these structures, you're trying to have them not fall over, and then you have to like push it into the middle and add it to the city. And there's various ways of trying to like score stuff, and you want to have like the highest structure ideally and things like that. It's a very interesting kind of more involved thinky dexterity game. And then finally, the last game on the list is 20 Second Showdown. This is a team party game from Big Potato that was one of my favourite party games of last year, where you're racing against the other team, like against the timer, to complete various silly challenges, like putting a sock on your hand and doing a little voice, or performing a marriage ceremony between like 2 of the other players, and I can't remember. Those are like the 2 that came into my head.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
a fun game. So those, I've gone through all the games that you could potentially win. If you win, you will get to pick 9 of them so far, but if we get some more donations come in, Cowman Jones has donated again. Thank you so much, Cowman Jones.
Thank you. I'd say because this is the last question, and it would be nice to be able to get it up to a nice round 10,
yeah.
10 games to give away, I would say. So maybe if we get 1 or 2 more donations, we'll push it up to 10.
Yes, I agree.
10 games.
Can we pay more donations for bonus points? I wish you could. Sadly, it doesn't work like that. Okay. So you've got your category. Are you thinking of the thing?
No, I have actually thought of it.
Oh, okay. But I'll tell you what I'll do, just to try and persuade more donations. We're raising money for Black Lives Matter, and we really appreciate your support. All the money tonight is going to go towards that, so we can support the protesting and try and make some real change. We've really been kind of excited by this movement because it feels like we are seeing signs of change that we've never seen in our whole lifetime, and the kind of the push behind it, the amount of people that are going out onto the streets in all the countries, especially considering coronavirus, and then the little changes. It's only a start, but the things that have been happening that just feel a bit different, and the way people are talking about it, it feels like change can happen, and we just really hope that it continues.
Really positive.
Yeah.
There's a real momentum, isn't there?
Yeah, the momentum continues. And in terms of a board game industry thing, I would really urge you to look out Eric Lang on Twitter, famous board game designer, because he talks about his experiences suffering racism at the hands of other people in the industry, different small kind of encounters. He also talks about stuff that he's had with police, and it's really sad to hear. But the stuff within the industry, things that have happened that are just horrifying, and I think the board game industry, just like the rest of society, has its problems with racism, and hopefully, we all collectively can help kind of change that. So I'm sorry, I'm not very good at talking eloquently about things that I care a lot about. I tend to get quite rambly, but that's that. So thank you to everyone that has donated so far tonight. The prize total is currently at 9 games. I'm just going to list off the games that you could win if you wanted to donate one last time. That is Isle of Cats, Paranormal Detectives, Don't Get Got, Burgle Brothers, Chocolate Factory Deluxe Edition. We got the Ludocherry clothing, board gamer clothing, Adventure Mart, Holding On, Mr. Lister, Paperback, Vikings Gone Wild, Blockbuster, Ruthless, The Chameleon, Jetpack Joyride, Mega City Oceana, and 20 Second Showdown. Okay, let's go into the final round, and it is round H, so it's H hyphen and then the number. What's the clue?
My clue is a hybrid car.
Hybrid car. Okay. Okay. All right. We've got your clue. Please start guessing. This is round H, and the clue is hybrid car. We've got 8,
Here
10, 7, 6, 10, 7, 6, 8. So it's a bit all over the place.
Lots of things coming in. Choices.
Okay, let's check the system. It's still working for us. Or it might not be.
So is a hybrid car on a scale of 1 to 10 bad or good for the environment?
What are people guessing?
We've got lots of 7s and 6s, I think, are them. I think 7's probably the most popular answer, but there are quite a few 6s as well. There's a few 8s in there.
Okay. Oh yeah, if you've done an answer with spaces, go again. Oh, a couple of people doing that, even though they got it right previously. So if you've written your answer with spaces, I'll just give you like 20 more seconds. Please type it again with no spaces, or otherwise it won't get registered.
Okay. So I can reveal.
Well, we've just got to wait for the delay.
Oh, sorry. There's a bit of tension. We're building the anticipation.
One. Okay. Thank you to everyone that has taken part so far. We've got another donation from Multiple Man Army. So I think we can take it up to around 10 games.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
There you go. Lovely round 10. Woohoo!
Okay. All right, we've had those extra guesses. Well done for retyping it in, people. I'm just checking it on here. Right, please reveal.
Okay, so my answer, and I think it's going to be a controversial one,
Oh no.
is a 5.
Okay, yeah, I think people were guessing 5, but maybe not. It wasn't
No,
the most popular.
it was 7 was by far the most popular. My thinking was that
still
a
uses
completely not electric car would be a 1, and I don't know, diesel car would be a 10. So it felt like a hybrid was.
You mean the other way around?
In the middle.
Diesel.
Oh, I see.
One.
Yeah. Diesel is the most bad for the environment. Yeah, so I was trying to think of something. Again, in the middle ones are the hardest ones to choose, but it felt to me like maybe a hybrid could be justified as being half and half, so therefore in the middle. So yeah, somebody said plot twist. I know, right? So yeah, I think that's gonna mess up people's averages a little bit.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a bit of a controversial
actually,
one.
As far as I can see, only one person went with 5.
Wow.
Emil Valler.
Oh wow, I was not on the right wavelength with you guys.
So
Sorry.
Okay, let me. So we've
Are you just copying and pasting across your answers?
Yeah, I'm just getting it all together. So I think what we'll do now is we'll quickly go offline and check who got it right. Thank you to Archie for donating £5.
Ah, thank you.
And with a very cool emoji going on there.
Yeah, I like him.
So yeah, we're just going to quickly go offline to work out who won, and we'll come back and announce the winner very soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hello, we're back. That was quite complicated. We currently have a tie between 1, 2, 3.
Thanks for bearing with us, by the way. Sorry it took so long. It was because we have quite a few people with the same score.
Yeah.
So we had to have an emergency conversation about whether we were going to do a tiebreaker.
So we're going to do a tiebreaker, and there are 7 people that are tied on 3 correct answers. So we've got Cowman with a number. Cowman Jones.
Alex.
Alex.
We've got Benjamin, Cowman Jones, Alex Evans, Camel.
Quiet Camel. Sorry, I've written on here.
Quiet.
Turtle and Bear, Just a Nerd 1, and Joe Watts.
So well done. Thanks for being on my wavelength, guys.
So those are the people that are in with a chance. And what we've done is we've picked a wits and wages question, a very hard one. So the answer is going to be a number. You have to just type, you will get one guess. You're going to type into the chat your guess, a number, as quickly as you have an answer. So if somebody happens to say the same thing as someone else, then it's the person that said it first, but I'm sure you won't. And the question is, and we'd obviously just go with the closest.
Alan Buckner thought he had 3.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Let's just have a little look and see. We've got you down as 2, I think, Alan.
Let me just double check.
We'll just double check though. Maybe it was one of the answers had a space in between it, so it didn't record.
Yeah, I'm afraid. It's tricky.
Yeah, it looks like we've only got your name down here twice.
All right, let's. Yeah.
So just while John's checking that, I was just going to explain about the tiebreaker. So it's not in relation to wavelength, so it isn't on the same scale as 1 to 10. It will just be a measurement, a scale of something, and it will become clear when we ask the question. But it's really the person that gets closest to the correct answer, and we're hoping that there will be just one definitive winner with any luck.
Yeah, I'm just checking Alan's answers because I can see that some of the ones that he got right. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's missing for some reason off there, but I can see it in the other bit that he got. Yeah, so Alan Buckner also at 3 answers. So you're in with the running there. I apologise for that.
Sorry, the software didn't... Well, software, I say software. The thing didn't pick it up.
Yeah, okay.
For some reason.
So we have got...
we can take down the bad and the good for the environment thing.
Okay. So this is the tiebreaker. This is to win 10
games. Good luck. So the question...
Hold on.
Sorry. So tense.
Okay, the question is, how many words does the average American speak per day? Answer now. It's just a number, and your first guess counts.
Give it your best shot.
And this was information given by ABC News, but we don't have a date on it. As the guess is coming in.
Yeah, so Turtle and Bear has guessed 200. If I tick you guys off as you guess, so Turtle and Bear, okay, 200. Benjamin Kocher, 3,412. Quiet Camel, 3,000. Where's Quiet Camel on here? There. Philip Griffin, 836. I don't think you were on my list of people to guess. Alex Evans, 400. Interesting. Alex is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's there.
Just a Nerd, 2,500. Cowman Jones, 3,200. Up here.
Oh, yeah.
And then Alan Buckner, 4,352. And Joe Watts, 2,600.
Lovely. Right. So those are the guesses from all of our people. And have you got?
So yeah, the answer is 15,942. Okay, so
Which is
I
a
think
crazy amount. I wouldn't have guessed anywhere near that. Who would have thought that we all talk so much?
so that's going to go to the highest answer then, I think, which...
And just to clarify, because somebody thought that it was interpreted as unique words, the question just was, how many words does the average American speak per day? So rather than unique words. Yeah, 15,000. Holy crap. Yeah, definitely.
So
it's quite surprising.
I think the highest answer is Benjamin Kocher with 3,412.
No, we had Alan Buckner, 4,352.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I apologise. Yeah, so
Sorry.
Alan Buckner wins it with 4,352. Okay. So Alan, please could you put your email address in the chat because otherwise I won't be able to verify that it's you. So yeah, please stick it in. You can delete it soon after if you want. I just want to be able to know that I'm contacting the right person. So congratulations, Alan. Thank you everyone so much for taking part and for all the donations.
Yeah, and thank you for your patience this evening while we worked out the winners, and I hope you had a good time. We really enjoyed doing it, and thank you for coming along with us and playing along.
Yeah, we've actually got a last donation from Klasbok, £10. Thank you so much for doing this fundraiser. It's brilliant you're standing up and saying racism is everyone's issue. And that something about their board game group is about to make their own statement. It cuts off, I'm afraid. But thank you for that donation. Thank you to everyone that has donated. We just wanted to have an opportunity to encourage people to donate, but obviously it doesn't have to stop here, and the movement is hopefully going to carry on until there's some real change.
So yeah, thank you so much. We had a wonderful time, and hopefully we'll do this again at some point in the future. We don't have any plans set at the moment, but we might get a chance to join up and do this again. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Alan, the winner, I've got your email address, so I'll be in touch. And thank you to all the publishers that have contributed the games for our prize pile. That is Fowers Games, Lucky Duck Games, Hub Games, Big Potato, Alley Cat Games, and the City of Games. So thank you to all of them for contributing, and Ludocherry, that make the clothing.
We'll let you know how much has been raised on Twitter or something like that once we've had a chance to combine the two different ways that you can donate, and we'll come up with a grand total.
Exactly. Okay. Thanks so much for watching.